Good morning, Swan.
Hi Swan, hi Ethan.
Good morning, Flora, chị Hoa.
Yeah. Morning.
Hi, Adam. Ethan.
Hi.
How are you?
We're good.
Oh.
I saw you have fun.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, but no, just kidding. I wanted to go to Togo Memory as well. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah. But I think that trip is just like one day trip. It kind of tiredness, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. Usually people go for a couple days.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, next year. Hi, Ethan. Wakey, wakey. And Adam too. You just got up.
Yeah. Hello, em Hằng.
Hi, Hằng.
Hi everyone. I'm a new member.
See, Ethan sideways went. Wake up, Ethan. Hi, Tien.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. I saw you join the mentorship program, so it will be great.
Yeah, I did. I just filled the form and hopefully I got I mean, like they have tryout, right? So
yeah, it will be good.
Yeah.
Good experience, you know, get a lot of advices from other people and then networking. Good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know.
Uh,
So I'm waiting for that, and we'll see what's up.
let's do this.
Oh.
So how's everyone weekend? Did you go out party?
For me, this week is kind of a relaxed week. Just stay at home, do grocery. Yeah, and excited for the next week. Next and then following week.
I know. I call Sunday is my laundry, grocery, family day. We all have busy week, and you know, Sunday is like a ritual. So religious people will go to church. Normal people would do grocery shopping, laundry, clean up the house, kids back to
have
school.
fun.
Yeah, and have fun. I know. Toronto's reopened. Lots of activity, lots of bar, so people are enjoying their time.
Yeah, that's right. Going down every weekend.
Yeah, you head downtown, that's the norm. So people work from Monday to Friday, and then they enjoy their Friday, they go out party, and Saturday it's the same thing, and Sunday is like a hangover brunch on Sunday. He's laughing.
Yeah, that's very typical.
Yeah, but you know, it's life. Enjoy every moment if you can.
Yeah.
You can enjoy when you're young, then enjoy when you're old.
A hangover brunch. Interesting. Yes.
That's why they call it brunch.
Ethan, you have your sound fixed?
Yes, hi everybody. Yeah, so I actually had a really fun night yesterday. So we had a barbecue and then we went to the scary house. It's way too early, like it's not even October, not even like Halloween yet, but we went to the scary house. It's like it was really fun. Like, you know, sometimes you just need to scream it out and you know getting your yeah, so like it's like zombie like there are like 3 rooms. So the first room is, what is the first room? I can't even remember. Something with the, like it's on the scary stuff in there, and like, and then the second one is like the haunted house, and then the third one is the zombie one. So like you know, like you go in there, like there was a, like my group is like 5 people, so we go in there and then like they was just like throwing like scary stuff at us, and you know, you walk in the dark and you don't see anything, and out of the sudden, you know, like there's like like creepy thing like throwing at you, thing like that. So it was really fun. It was like, you know, once in a while, like we need our emotion to go like wild and crazy like that.
Were
Yeah.
you at the CNE?
No.
It's a local scary house. I don't even know the name. It's just like scary house. That's the name of the place. But
They
it
have
was
like
fun.
the what is it? The laser pointer. They have a red dot where you're supposed to go.
No, like it's like completely dark, and then like you just have to like use your hand and like fight away, and then like somebody gonna like shake like the ground and everything. So it
People
was
like
really.
touch you.
They are
That you
not.
can't
They
see.
are. Yeah, they are not allowed like those like monster and like ghosts. Like they are not allowed to like to touch us. Like, cause like they don't.
Oh, I guess yeah.
Um. Yeah, but like
COVID or
they
whatever.
was
Yeah.
like going really close, and yeah. And then like just before we walk into the room, like there was somebody who got a seizure inside, and it was like, okay, can I go home now?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
How's it sound like
it was really
Halloween?
fun. Yeah, it's like Halloween stuff. That's why I said like it's not even October, it's not even Halloween yet, but like we're
Kind
ready
of
for it
early.
right now. It was fun.
Halloween haunt stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Jiha, what did you do for the weekend?
You're on mute. Jiwa, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I had a very busy weekend because I have an online course from the 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then went to my friend's house until 1 a.m. So I didn't have time to do the clean the house or other thing. Just today.
Oh, thank you everyone for
Yeah.
sparing an hour of your time. I know we all have busy weekends.
Yeah.
You have a late weekend. Adam and I was up until 4.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's why Adam had like that's tired face.
Until 4. It is
Up at
today.
what? 7, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I way fast asleep by the time.
Yeah.
We didn't party hard. We work hard. We did some partying, but 4
Yep.
a.m. it's not our partying. It's all work. So Tian, how is your
Work, work hard, not party hard. Jeez.
I know. How's your weekend, Tian?
Oh well, so pretty great. Like last night I hang out with my boys and we got like great time, good conversations, and
Where did you guys go?
oh, it's like it's a bar like close to my place. It's close to Yorkdale.
Mhm.
It's just a regular bar, but yeah, it's like, you know, just a weekend and we sit down and talk, and that's pretty much.
Here's some tip. If you want to have fun on the weekend, head downtown.
Oh yeah,
Chinatown.
for sure. Oh, downtown, absolutely. Christie, Dundas, Queen, King. Oh man.
Jonathan Bathurst. Yeah, go down there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Adam's too old for that crap.
No, don't. Stay where you are. Don't contribute to the problem.
I'm looking for some problem, you know, so, you know, it's hard.
So we have a new member join today. Hang, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us what you did over the weekend.
Hey.
Hi everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Hang Tran. I'm a new member. So I live in Hamilton.
Oh,
Yeah. Miss Hua is my friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My speaking is nothing special. I just cook some milk and go to shopping, and go to the park with my son.
How is your son?
He's almost 2 years old.
Oh my God, 2 years old. Mm. They said terrible too. I don't know if you know that term.
Yeah.
It's like when they're whining and want
Yeah.
everything. I can't remember terrible two, but that's what people say about terrible two. I personally don't see any terrible two, right, Adam?
So
We never went through that. Terrible twos. Heard of it, but never went through that.
I'm too young to know that.
We're all souls here, but we have old part of us and we have the young part of us that still think that we're 20s. So we're in the 20s. So we have Chị Whitney just joined, and Vic Anh, he's a friend of mine as well. Well, I know him from the mentorship program, and I thought he couldn't join today, but he took his time. So thank you, Vic Anh. You want to introduce yourself? I think we was at the social event at the park, and he was a part of the holding the microphone and be brave and talk in front of a whole bunch of people.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, nice to see
Oh,
you.
hey.
Yeah, nice to see all of you. So, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Virang. So, however, you can call me Felix. And I meet Miss Flora when applying to mentorship in Hội Nghiện Việc. So to be honest, it is a time change my life. So you know, I don't know anything, so I applied to it and I can learn many things from Mr. Flora. And so now I'm working as a part-time developer in a small company in Quebec. And to be honest, today I don't think I thought that I cannot join our meeting because there are many things I had to do. So, however, after finishing many things and I can join here, and now I'm here and to talk with you. I'm so happy to do that. Thanks to listen to me.
That was really nice. And may I ask, like, which part of Quebec? Like, are you living in a Quebec City? Or are you living in Montreal? Or where do you live?
Okay, let me tell you that last week, the week before last week, I just I had traveling to Montreal, and I met only one friend in Canada. Yes, before coming to Canada, I have only one friend, and while traveling with him, I met a developer, and he suggested me to his boss, and then they sent me an interview and give me a chance to join their team. And luckily I finished my interview and the code, and now I'm working as a part-time job online remotely.
Okay.
Yeah, and now currently I'm living in Toronto.
Oh, so you in Toronto, but you're working remotely for a company in Quebec?
In Montreal.
In Montreal. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, the reason why I asked because I thought like you living in Montreal because like we are planning for a trip to go to Montreal, like Swan and chị Whitney and well before chị Hoa too, but like she couldn't make it. That's why we was trying to get to know a lot of people living in Montreal so that we have a connection when we go there.
Oh,
Well,
really?
if you are free, like let us know if you want to go to visit your company in Montreal too.
Okay. I will come to Montreal. I will visit to Montreal when I think middle of November.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
because we are going for like Thanksgiving week, like October 12th.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool. Really nice to meet you, Felix.
Me too. Thank you.
So Felix is a lifelong learner as well, as I know him. So that will be the topic that we're gonna have today. And G. Whitney, you wanna introduce yourself to the group? We know you, but the new member don't know you yet. How are you? And how's your weekend?
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Whitney. I have been in Canada for 4 years. I work in human resources. Yeah, so I love outdoor activities. I love summer, and looking forward to enjoy in the trip with the team. Don't know what else to introduce.
And I saw you sign up for season 2 mentoring shift. Oh my gosh.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you work in HR, so you have a lot of experience in interviewing, doing resume. So if you guys are the mentees, connect with G. Whitney. She'll be a great help. And Ethan was one of our former mentors as well.
Yes. And I am in the organizer team this year. So today is the last day for signing up for to be a mentee. So if you guys haven't had a chance, please do that. I do see 10 application already, a very good one. So we definitely will match you with a mentor that fits to your profile. And we'll have a lot of things to work on for sure. For everybody else, like there's still time for you to apply for the program, and I highly encourage you to do so. Swan and Ji was mentors last year in my team, and I'm sure they have a lot of good experience during the last season for sure. And yeah, we're still developing that relationship like beyond the mentorship program, and that is our goal, right? So yeah, please sign up for it so that we can have a good time together.
Oh, Ethan, I introduce with Hằng Zat. Ethan is very, very excited mentor and set her to be your mentee this season. But now you are organizer, not mentor. So
Yeah,
Hằng,
but yeah, but hang on, like there are tons of people that are like amazing mentors out there, like the
yeah.
whole team. The Flora, she Whitney was like, one of those that are very stand out from the last season too. So
Yeah.
definitely like everybody's the same. We make sure that like we do have the guideline too, and we do have that like support for both mentor and mentees. Like if like and then it's interchangeable too, like Chloe last year she was with another mentor, but then like during the season, like she like when we have a meeting, she feel like okay, she might get something from my team as well, so she joined my team in the middle of the program. So things like that. So we are very flexible. We will give you the most resources that you need to be successful in your career or like starting your career, whichever way. So definitely everybody is amazing in the mentorship program, and we are there for you. So it's not like if we assign you to one mentor, you're gonna stick with that one mentor. Like you have the access to the entire program. You have the access to everybody in the mentorship program. I apologize to Flora to steal the stage and talking and promoting the mentorship program in the club.
No, I think
Oh,
I think it's fine because
Yeah.
a part of what the activity that we do, either a mentorship program or the Speak Up Club, is we all try to build a stronger community and to get great people to speak up. And a part of joining the mentorship program is that you get to know other people, you get to share your experience with mentors and mentees, and then people understand each other. And we feel a little bit more confident, you know? And I want to bring that out in people, and that's the whole purpose of the Speak Up Cup, right, Ethan? We want people to feel confident. And I watched a couple of shows over the weekend, been watching, and I came across a quote, and it said, "Be brave, be brave, and be truthful." And that's all we can do, right? You know, in the work environment and in life, be straightforward, be brave, don't afraid to say what you're thinking, and be truthful, be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So thank you for advertising mentorship. Tim will be very happy that you did that.
Miss Flora, so you step down this season?
Well, not stepping down, but because I don't know if this weird IT cybersecurity thing, I feel like I'm the wolf loner in this whole thing. So the interest is more on the marketing and data scientists and other aspect, but not IT. So I will be thrown back up, but I don't know if anybody gonna want to be in IT.
So maybe just let Ethan know that you are very interested in being a mentor this season, and then like the organizing team will look at the list of mentees to see whether or not there are a lot of people who are interested in IT, and then at that time they can call you back.
And
Well, we definitely have some other roles this season as well, because we wanted to develop a program that, like, everybody will have something to learn from as well. So just hang in there, stay tuned, because like right in the middle of the program there will be projects, competition. Like last year we have the presentation, this year we converted into the project. So we're gonna be getting more resources in terms of, like, subject matter experts, like somebody like G Flora with the IT background, G Whitney with the HR background, or somebody with the marketing as well. Because like with the project, we want to bring you guys into like cross-functional team. Like, you have the opportunity to experience that, because that's exactly what you will do in a corporate environment. You're going to work in a team with a lot of people with a different background. They speak their own language, right? So IT speak their IT language, accounting speak their accounting language, marketing talk marketing. So like how are you going to be able to fit in the environment where everybody is not on the same page as you, and that's why we have like the whole, we got right in the middle of the program, we're gonna have a whole team of like consultants who are like subject matter expert that you guys can get advice about, how to initiate those conversations, what would be the best way to work with people who doesn't have the same background as you are, like, because that's essential wherever you work, like whichever job you do, it will come to that point. Like G Flora, G Whitney, and G Swan, you work with like Canadian environment before, like that happen everywhere you work for, right? So and then we also have the team of the assistant, which is my, like, Royal mentees from last year, that will be your like peer one-on-one coaching, which because like the mentor might have more mentee, and sometimes you might feel it's harder to talk to a mentor than somebody who is not a mentor but like already knows a lot of things from the last season and can work with you like one-on-one more. So we have a lot of things this year exciting, to support you on the way, but don't let it scare you with the project. It's an optional. The goal is still, your career path. Like we're gonna work with you like for the first part of the program. We're gonna work with you on like, you know, your mentor, I mean, resume, interview, cover letter, job networking, job search, like those like essential thing. That is the most important thing. We're gonna focus on that first. Once you are good at that already, we're gonna move you to the project phase, but that is optional. If you are not there yet, for sure, your mentor will spend more time with you working on like something else as well. But just a little bit of, you know, tease and sneak peek into season 2 of the mentorship.
Oh, so much
Information
better.
leaking. Thank you, Ethan. I think Tim will kill you because you just leaked so much information into the program.
This is the privilege of being in our club. Okay, let's back up club. This is like just between us.
But it's very exciting that, wow, to be honest, I don't know about the project work, but that's amazing. It's the team building effort. It teaches people how to work with others from different backgrounds, like you said. And it also bring out the leadership. If you have that skill and you want to be, okay, this is disorganized, I'm gonna, you know, put a step forward and be leading this whole project, and you doing this. So it's teaching a lot of skill in the environment. And I understand, you know, it's a great program, and I think you guys are gonna nail it. The season 2. It's very good. So it's 20 minutes over to our time. The topic today is lifelong learning journey, and Ethan will lead the table topic questions there. We have new member here, Vivian. Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself for a couple of minutes and to get to know you? You unmute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Vivian. This is my first time joining this SpeakUp club. And I'm just listening to you from the beginning so that I can understand what the topic in this seminar webinar. So that's it. And maybe I will turn to speaking later. Okay.
Great, welcome. We're glad to have you here. So the purpose of the club, I'm not going to share the presentation. I repeat it every time, and I'm just getting tired. So our group hosts every 2 weeks. There's 1 week we'll do presentation. People will come up with their presentation for 7 to 10 minutes. And then they'll get feedback if they want feedback from the facilitator, people like Ethan, myself, Swan, and Adam. There's Duc and San, but they're busy, so they're not joining today. But I'm happy to see familiar faces, and even just talking to you guys on bi-weekly basis, I'm happy. So the purpose of the group is to help you build your confidence, and you can speak English to the Vietnamese community. We have Adam here. He's Canadian, so he can adjust certain things that we go through. But essentially, we just want to build your English speaking skill, get you feeling comfortable speaking English in front of an audience, and then a certain thing like Ethan talked about, mentorship, public speaking skill, presentation skill, and also a certain, how do I say it? Culture things when you work for a Canadian environment. So we're here to help you. We all here as a non-professional public speaking speakers. So if anything, you listen to us, any tips and tricks you can take away, that's why we're here to help. Okay, cool. So Ethan, the floor is yours. You can start your tabletop questions about lifelong learner. And I believe that the audience today here, we all lifelong learner.
Swan, you raise your hand. You have something to talk.
Yeah, I just wondering if we apply the timer role for today. that could be the good time, you know, when we talk in a lot of time trying to practice our public speaking.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, Ethan, that you want a speaker, we have 2 or 3 minutes to speak.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. Thank you so much for reminding me that, Swan. Yeah, so just for the new member to know about, you know, what is table topics and what are we doing here, right? So like usually Flora said, like we have like one event is more of like formal one that they have the presenter doing the presentation and we're gonna give them the feedback, and then the other event we have is the social event, which we will have a table topic, which is like a common topic, and then we're gonna do a round table with each and one of you here today. We have the opportunity to, you know, I'll throw our questions. You guys will have the opportunity to answer that question. Impromptu, right? So we are practicing like the interview skill, also like, you know, maintaining a conversation, especially, you know, if you are in the elevator with your boss or with a college of you or like just a friend from school, and there is that awkward moment that you say hi, how are you, and then what's next kind of thing. So that's exactly this table topic will help you with, like, you know, we're gonna have some sort of like common topic that people want to talk about, and then we're gonna help you to practice throw out questions at you, and then I give you a certain amount of time that you have to talk, like whatever you want to talk, make sure that you talk within that timeline. So this one is the timer. So what this one will do is today, like for example, today the table topic is education and uh, long life lifelong learning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna I'm gonna ask each of you guys like one questions. You have how many people do we have here today? 1, 2, 3,
10, we have 10.
10. Okay, so if we have like 10 people, each of you will have like 2 minutes to talk about, to answer the questions. At 1 minute, this one will give you a green card, meaning that, you know, you good, like you either can continue, or like if you meet that time mark, like 1 minute is perfect. Like if you answer the questions less than 1 minute, try to talk more than that, but the goal is to be able to maintain the conversation at least for 1 minute. And then at 1.5 minutes, this one will give you the yellow card. What it is okay, that's good, whatever the length of your conversation is good, 1.5 minutes, you might start to wrap it up right now. And then at 2 minutes, this one will give you the red card, which mean that okay, time's up, 2 minutes, you should stop your conversation right there, 2 minutes, and then that's it. So whatever you are doing, like wrap it up right away. And then if you still keep going, I might have to cut you off. It might sound a little bit rude, but it will get you into the habit of being able to be mindful and be conscious of the time that you talk. So yeah, that's a good way to learn. So again, table topic today, the theme is education and lifelong learnings. So it's more about, you know, we are on lifelong learnings here, people who you know, enjoy, you know, improve ourselves and being a better of a version of ourselves every single day. So that will help. And then the word of the day, nostalgia. I'm not even sure if I say it right. Is it right? Adam? Adam, right? Adam, I'm sorry. Yeah, so
No, if you know how to pronounce that.
no,
Such a word.
nos-
Tomato,
nostalgia.
tomato.
So the word of the day is nostalgia, which mean that like the state of being homesick or like homesickness. So during your conversation, trying to use this word as much as you can, or nostalgia, or like feel nostalgic, meaning that like you feel missing your home, you feel missing Vietnam, you feel missing your family, you feel nostalgia, missing the food and everything kind of thing like that. So that's the word, feeling nostalgia, which is the adjective, right? Because this is like a noun, nostalgia. And then the rule I already explained it. So before I start, anybody have any questions, anything that isn't clear at all? No, we're good. All right, so let's start with the first questions, and I'm gonna pick a person first. Why don't we start with Flora? Because she is the huge lifelong learner. So let's start with her. Okay, and Flora, your question is, if you could go back in time and tell a younger version of yourself one thing, what would you tell the young Flora?
Okay.
Nostalgia.
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 It's
Nostalgia.
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 Nostalgia. You got it.
Nostalgia. Okay. Nostalgia.
Ethan,
What's that?
say time.
Oh my God. Come on. You know I can't say it. Okay. Everybody, if you can unmute and we can say the word all together, like nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
No,
Nostalgia.
nostalgia, right?
Nostalgia.
Oh,
It's just
Nostalgia.
nostalgia. It's nostalgia.
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 Nostalgia. Oh, why
Time.
you choose very difficult? Good.
It's very difficult.
That's why I chose the word. I chose something that is very difficult, but like this.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Nostalgia.
Feel like 3 years old all over again.
All right, so
Anyways, my question. So
okay.
the nostalgious me will have I don't know, nothing to tell my younger self, because I think one principle that I live off my life is just go and do it and don't have any regrets. If you want something, you go for it and use your inner self, assess the situation, assess what you've been through, and decide what's best for you, what worked for you. And it's funny you asked that question because I came across somebody that posting something again, something like that. Do you have any regrets telling your younger self, or something to that extent? But essentially, for me, if you live your life, and the life is yours, and you pick and choose, and you live the life that you think that you live the life that makes you happy. You do the thing that makes you happy, and you're helping people. Well, help yourself first, and then helping people. But that's never a case for me, because I always put other people before myself. And Adam, he's always give me crap for that. But essentially, if you don't have any other regrets today to tell your younger self that I should have done that, I shouldn't have do that, because we're beating ourselves up. And the lifelong learning things, and it's so hard at work to put everything in perspective into the sentence, but I only use this one time. But essentially, do what makes you happy, and that don't jeopardize what you're doing, and enjoy life from time to time. Work hard, play hard, helping other people, do the things that makes you happy. You don't have a big house, it's fine. The house next door is bigger than our house, it's fine. But you have people around you, the people that you love, and all of the things that you do matter to yourself, and matter to the people that you care, and matter to the community that you're a part of, right? So that's my answer.
Awesome.
Can I interject?
For sure. Go
One
ahead.
sec.
Go ahead.
Who did this slide? Word of the day, nostalgia, the state of being homesick or homesickness. Who did that?
I did.
You
Is that
did?
wrong?
Okay. So nostalgia actually means, it doesn't mean being homesick, okay? Nostalgia is something for once you've longed for in the past. It's a feeling of the past. Okay, so it means
Right.
something like, you know, okay, so, okay, in this context, it means if you've been away from your home for so long, you know, X amount of years, that means that, you know, yeah, I have that's actually homesickness. It's not nostalgia. Nostalgia is a longing for something that you've liked in your past. Like if you grew up with a certain cartoon or movie,
right,
that's what you liked a long time ago.
Right.
That's nostalgia. You're feeling nostalgic for this thing. Homesickness is literally what it is. You've been away from your home for so long that you're like, oh crap, I'm here in Canada, but you know what? I really want to go back to Vietnam. Yeah, I really want to do that. That's homesickness. Like, oh man, I miss where I'm from. So nostalgia is a feeling of, you know, something from your past. My whole life, for example, is nostalgia. Okay. Everything that I grew up with, I love. The cartoons, the movies, the toys. That's why my whole life is like toys, action figures, because that's what I grew up with and that's what I collect. It's a feeling of the past. That's what nostalgia is, the past.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much, Adam. Like that's exactly well, it's the really good explanation. And yeah, so because like when I put down like state of homesickness, it's like I get it. It's like, you know, this is just like an example. Hey, like and thank you, Adam, for explaining like the general meaning of like nostalgia is not only homesickness but also missing something from the past that you used to do. Is that what it is, Adam?
it is. Nostalgia usually deals with the past, and homesickness is just man, I've been here for so long, and oh man, I want to go back. I miss that feeling. I want to go back to my home.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I also wanted to bring up that nostalgia is actually a noun, and there's an adjective that nostalgic that we usually see.
Nostalgic. Okay.
Yeah.
Nostalgic.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's an adjective.
Nostalgia is a noun and nostalgic is an adjective.
So if you use Facebook and you use like how do you feel or sort of feeling. So for example, Whitney is feeling, you can choose nostalgic. It is one of the options.
Okay, awesome. See, this is lifelong learnings because everybody learns something new every day. So that's really good. And like that's the thing that I love about the club. Like we share everything that we know so that each of us like can learn something too, right? So that's awesome. Thank you, Whitney, and thank you, Adam, for that. So Cheese Flora, great answer. Like I rarely get a person that I asked that question and saying that like they don't have anything that they would like change in the past, and that's take like courage to say. And you know, like definitely you live your life up like to the fullest, like, you know, you don't regret everything that you did for sure. So that's really good to hear, and that's something that I'm trying to learn to be as well. Great job. So your turn to pick the next person.
I will pick Jihua.
All right, Jihua, are you ready for your questions?
Yes.
So what life lesson did you learn the hard way? A life lesson.
I think that's the big lesson I have is if you want to do something, it should be brave and do it, because just you are patient and put enough effort, absolutely you will get what you want. because I can see in my life I'm very normal in every aspect. Don't have any aspects that I good at, but nothing. I'm not self-confident, but I know myself. But when I want to do anything, I put all my effort to do that. And finally, I want. The reason is that I can got in Canada 4 years ago, and the second one is I can get the diploma from the college and got the job in office. Even it's a entry job, but for me it's a dream job. When I was working 12 night shift in a bakery, when I have to work hard at farm, when I am go very tired in Amazon to pick up, I always dreams that I can get a better job because my health is not good enough to do that job for all my life. So that's the motivation for me to learn to get my taxes. So my big lesson is for whatever you want, you have to put the enough effort and patience to do it. You will have. That's it. It's my question answer.
Awesome, awesome. You hit on exactly 2 minutes. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so so I've been working with you. I know about the whole story, and I'm glad that you brought it up. So learning the lesson the hard way, right? So but like you have that courage to start everything all over again, accept the reality, accept what happened to you, and then build yourself up on that. So like you have everything that you should be proud of, and like myself and my team and everybody else definitely will be very proud of you of what you have been achieving. So
Thank you so much.
yes.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Awesome. Chihua, you can pick the next person.
Yeah, I think I want to listen to our new member is Hằng. Oh,
She's running away. Hằng, are you still there?
Maybe she
She's
is
going to the
busy with
washroom or
his
something.
son. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And maybe the new member Vivian.
For sure. Hi, Vivian.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a questions. Let me see. What is the last thing that you learned on your own, and how did you learn it?
Sorry.
What is the last thing that you learned on your own, and how did you learn it?
Okay. I tell you about my lesson recently is that I learned from my working. Okay, so I'm so sorry that can I tell you later, little bit later, so that I can have preparation.
You can tell us now, like we have on the time.
Gather your thinking. Take your time and speak what's on your mind. It's how we practice.
Okay. Honestly, I have no idea right now. Yes.
So when was the last time you learned something?
Actually, that's whole my life. I learned many things. I really like studying new things. For example, my language, English, Coach, I also take a new career. Yes, many things. But I want to tell you, all of you, one of my lessons from my life. That's when I decide to study abroad in Canada. That's my big decision, because I got married, but my husband don't want me to go. So I have to learn how to persuade him and how to arrange my family and let my family take care of my children, so that I can be ready and I am willing to go to study abroad in Canada. Yeah, I think that's it for the first time.
Amazing
so
job, really good, Vivian. I love it. And one of the tip is, you know, the question most of the time is conversation starter. It doesn't mean that you have to answer, like you have to give the correct answer for the questions. Most of the time, like if you watch like politics, like they never answer the questions. You throw out the questions as long as you talk. That's all we need. So it's like questions throwing out is just for having something that people can talk about. And you know what, the way that you answer, even though you didn't answer the questions, but we enjoy every single thing that you talk about, and it's actually very inspiring too. I know Jiswan, you should connect with her because she was exactly on the same boat with you. She made a decision to come here on by herself with her husband and kids at home, and then they eventually joined just like this year, and they're really happy right now. And yeah, you should get in touch with this one, to be honest. Like really, she's exactly the same. Her husband was at home, she was here by herself with the kids too. It's so, I know it's like, maybe she's one, if you want to say something, I think it's going to be very helpful for Vivian right now.
Okay,
Yes,
I got it. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Vivian, if you need anything, just contact me at. I'm just wondering that, how long have you been in Canada?
6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So just add me in Facebook. So if you need anything, just contact me. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I will give you your contact.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
I don't mean to be what's the word?
No judgment zone here, Adam. Like, go ahead and just throw it out.
Mean to be, you know, I guess dark or anything, but is it normal for women to come over to Canada and their husbands stay over there? Like, is that a thing, or is that just
only strong
guy
women?
Or
only strong one?
No.
Let Swan and Vivian speak for themselves.
Yeah,
because I couldn't imagine that, you know. I mean, and I don't mean any disrespect. I don't mean anything like that. I couldn't imagine, you know, leaving, you know, my wife and kids behind and that kind of stuff, you know, because I hear a lot of that, and I don't get that. So I mean, again, I don't want to go there. I'm just kind of, is that a thing, you know?
Yeah, I totally understand your concern, and Adam, the thing is, I know it is not normal that, you know, to leave your family back home with, especially with the kids, and you go in the foreign country to study. That makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, from my experience, I never think about that as well. But when I have the kids, and also with my current life, maybe because I work in the bank for a long time and I trying to make something new. For me, the decision I make is, first, I want to find something for myself. explore something that something inside of me say that you should let go. But another side that I still remember the day that I stepped out of the bank, and I didn't know that if that decision is correct or not. I'm wondering if I fail. I'm wondering if I cannot make it. So how come my family is going with 2 children and the whole family, because I have a good job there in Vietnam. But the thing is, when I study in Canada, it's not about knowledge, but that the experience. The experience when I live it here, it changed in my life in the way that I look. Is more, being more grateful. I learned a lot from my friends, and a way that, especially for the mental health, it's really tough for the mom who far away from the children too. But I learned to love myself. That's the thing that is how I never know about that. Learning to love ourselves and learning to have our voice.
Right, absolutely. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else?
Yeah.
But again, I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get to anything, but it's like, you make this decision to do all that, to literally move your whole life. But then, your husband, your boyfriend, do they not have the same feeling, or do they just, what's the correlation there?
Yeah, we have.
How did they feel about it? Like, and do they
For sure that
support
we
you all the way?
we all agree that we have to make decision first. Like, to be honest, for me, that decision is for myself. It's not for the kids, because I know that something that I can do further. But and also, like, moving to Canada is also we think that I have an opportunity for the kids as well, to live in, because back home, if we have put a kid into learn English, we have to invest a lot of money on that for them to get maybe the better career when they grow up. So put the money on the table to do the comparison. Like, if I have to work hard to earn more money for them, when they grow up, they can go to travel, to study abroad, I have to pay for those money. Or I can pay now on myself to keep studying, and they can reunite me with Canada. They also have opportunity to learn English too, because in Vietnam, a developing country, English become more popular. And for those who have good skill in English and foreign language too, they have a higher opportunity to have a better life. That's the thing. That's one of the big decision when we move it in. For me, fortunately, that I have the whole family to support me. So in terms of my husband can take care of the kids, my parent and my parent-in-law too, help them to support when I'm far away. But to be honest, that's a really hard time too. But I think learning through hard time also building the strength for tomorrow. And from what I've seen here, that's one of the big decisions in my life, but that's also the most, success thing that I think that's the best decision I ever do.
Now, of course, I've met you, I've met your kids, and you're all happy and everything, and it's just like you're missing that other unit in your family, and it's just I don't quite get that. But
I know it really hard, but in terms of growing personally for myself, I grow a lot when I learn here. I miss a lot of friends. I learned that what we have in Vietnam, that is the best. Like, we have a lot of things, but we don't praise that. We don't be grateful for that. That is something that we learn in terms of the growing mentally, but also physically. We need to focus on our health too. And the mental health is something that in Vietnam, we don't learn how to love ourselves, especially for the woman. So that's the thing.
Love it. I love everything that you said, Chị Xuan. Very inspiring. And Chị Whitney, you also have a question too, or you raise your hand?
No, I just want to share some points of view.
Sure. POV, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually same ideas as Swan's. So basically, for example, in Vietnam, we grew up hearing that, or it's always better overseas. Either it is the US or Canada or Australia, and everyone tells you that, or like Vietnam is not the best, you should go to the US for studying, you should go to Australia, whatever country. So like we wrote
Well, what kind of country does that? That's crazy.
Actually, like to be honest,
It is,
honestly,
yeah.
let me tell you one thing. When I came here, I think it's wrong. Because like I grew up, like I have some family members who live in the US, who live in Europe, and they, when you know what, when they came back home to visit their family, they always like bring a lot of gifts, and they tell us a lot of good things about the US, about Europe, about Australia, and we were kids and we grew up and we hear that all out there, like the world is so big, and like you are a kid, you know nothing except whatever people told you, right? So I grew up that way, and I worked in multinational companies for more than 10 years, and I worked for US based company, European based companies, and I still had a belief that, oh, it's always better. So I made a decision to come to Canada for studying. But when I come here, I feel like, I mean, a lot of good things and a lot of not good things. But honestly, I mean, especially as a mom, people would think that, oh, it's better for their kids to grow up in a developed country. So that way, but in reality, when they think, I mean, between a father and a mother, usually I assume that a mother would care about their kids much more than a father. That's how I think. So they always want the best for their kids. However, I mean, in Vietnam, particularly when most men, they enjoy drinking beer, they enjoy their, their friends, and they already established some good connections. And if they have to move to a new country, they don't know anybody. I mean, they will lose their power. Like maybe like they are somebody in a company, they have good groups of friends, and moving to a new country, they lose everything. So they don't want to lose those things. But women, by our nature, we have a tendency to sacrifice. And we are willing to sacrifice, I mean, a little bit of our own happiness for our children. That's how I think. And I mean, like, just look at a lot of people, they knock their head.
Yes,
So-
I
No,
completely
go ahead, Ethan.
agree. Yes, I completely agree with you, Whitney. It more of like, you know, making that sacrifice like temporarily for a longer term goal for the entire family, right? In the long run. That's the mentality of like a lot of Vietnamese people, you know, when they made that decision to come to Canada, not as young age. I know Tian, maybe myself too, like we come here as international student, right? You are, Tian? So we are really trying to establish for ourselves, growing ourselves, but most of the people who already have their own life, their family, work, career, everything, and they decided to come to Canada, mostly is for their younger generation, like for their kids to have the better life, more than just like thinking about themselves. It's like not a lot of people can be like Jihua, like starting everything all over again, you know, studying and, you know, having her own career at her age. Or like a lot of people just like settle down with doing more of, you know, survival jobs so that they can have enough money to, you know, to grow their kid, send them to law school or like medicine school and then being a doctor and then taking care of them. Like that's the mentality Yeah, but like I know Chihua, you raised your hand, but I don't think we have a lot of time left. So how about we move on to the next questions. Vivian, you want to pick you said you want to um pick a person. Like let's go ahead and choose one person.
Okay, can I choose a Tian? Tian, the next one.
For sure, Tian.
Yeah.
Let's give you a questions. Let me see. Okay, so this is gonna be a very interesting questions for you. Um, okay, if you could ask one person who is no longer alive, who would you ask and what would you ask?
Oh, that's hard. uh, yeah, because most of people I really like look into, or they are really my idol. They still alive.
Mhm. Well,
So
let's change the questions to if you
um,
can ask your idol or like who's somebody that you look up to, what could you ask and who are they?
if I have an opportunity to meet like one of the idol, I would like to meet a person. Actually, that a guy named David Kohler. He's he's a founder of the clothing brand, and I would like to ask him that this question. So in the most difficult time, what would he do to get through like the difficult and find out the passion that he like build for himself over time. So yeah, that's pretty much the question. If I can
But
meet him.
tell us
And
more about him because I don't know him
oh
unless
yeah, so
anybody knows.
basically like I watch a lot of YouTube. So this a long time ago, like 2 years ago, I watched a blogger. He talked about a clothing brand. It's called Kohler Clothing, and he talked about this brand and a person behind the brand, like the owner. His name is David Kohler. He's half Vietnamese and half Russian, I guess. But he moved to from Russian to Toronto like when he was 4 years old,
Mhm.
and he just be growing up like a normal kid, and he got he got into some accidents what that called. He basically he got into accident, and somehow he find out that he really into fashion and especially streetwear. So since then he built his brand from like $500 to $1 million, multi-million-dollar company right now.
Wow.
So that's a real big brand, and the whole journey is like I really get into the journeys and the whole process that he grew himself. So that's really inspiring to me.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds really good too. I definitely will check it out if you can put the name of the
Oh yeah,
guy
for sure, for sure.
in the chat box so that I can
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
like check it out as well. But like one of the tips, right? Like when you answer the questions and like you can answer the question, but like you can say a lot about it. Sometimes trying to explain more about because like we tend to make the assumption that okay, if I say talk about somebody, everybody could know about it. Maybe try spend time to explain about that person, give more information. If they know, good, right? Because like the more we talk, the more we will find that we have a lot of common thing with other people, and that's how people start the conversation too, right? You start with something of your own, and then you keep talking, and then oh hey, oh you like YouTube, like oh I watch that too, and I watch this too, and we try to find like the common ground, right? And then that's how we expand the conversation, and then that's how we can have more of the thing to talk about. So just a tip.
Yeah,
I'm not really
for sure. I get it. I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, but good job, Tian. You can choose the next person.
Yeah, so I would like to see Mr. Viet. Oh well, where's he?
Did he is he still
This
here?
No, he just, I think he's
Liam,
left.
sorry, Felix, he has something to do, so he left.
Okay, he left
Oh.
already. Okay.
So let's
So-
do Han. She's
Yeah.
she's a newcomer and it's her chance to speak.
Okay, for sure. Han, here is your questions. What is something that you learned from your past failure? Like something that you felt and then you learned about it.
Sorry, can you speak again?
Yes, so what is something that you learned from your past failure? Like you fell.
I fell. Oh. I think I love cooking. So something I learned some new dish. So my husband say you cannot do that. It's fail. I say for example, when I cook a sticky rice, so it's I never cook a sticky rice. So the first one I don't have the pot steam pot, so I cook by cooker. So it failed 2 times. So my husband say, you cannot cook sticky rice. So I say, no, I have a wrong pot. So I have a wrong pot. So I fail. After that, I buy a steam pot. So I say with my husband, I will succeed to cook. So after that I succeed. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's
Yeah.
You say, you bastard, I'll try again. I'll do it.
Yeah. I try 3 times. After that, I successful. I'm successful.
Wonderful, wonderful, and
yeah.
and congratulations for your
Yeah.
first speech at like SpeakUp Club. Like you made it, and like you know what? Like I love the way that you answered to. You know, I might have thrown a lot of like big questions for people today, but like whichever way that you answer it, like you can just like something that is very specific, something that is might not be so sophisticated or like sophisticated. All right, so like just like that, right? Something that you did, and people, which I'm really surprising that a lot of people are saying that like my wife can't cook, but like
right.
yeah, but like I love that, like like we have a very strong a lot of very strong women today that regardless of what happened to them, regardless of who said like they will fail, they cannot do this and do that, you guys prove that women power, you are able to achieve and conquer everything that men can do too. And I'll definitely would love to try your rice cake, like sticky rice, when I have a chance to go to Hamilton, which is probably next week. Hint hint. Yeah, so yeah, really nice. How about you choose the next person? We have Flora, Flora and Adam, and who else? And Swan.
I just Adam and Swan.
Oh, Adam and Swan. You already talked. Sorry, Flora. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Adam. Yeah.
Adam. So here is your questions. Let me give you a hard one. Okay.
Thanks.
So what do you understand today about yourself that you did not understand a year ago?
You should say 10 years. A year ago, no difference.
You know what? There's a lot that I don't understand now that I didn't a year ago. The world was a different place a year ago. The world doesn't make sense anymore. So, I don't quite know how to answer that question. It's just
talk.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. There's a lot that's gone on, and a lot that I don't agree with or that I don't get on board with. And
tell me one thing. Tell us one thing.
Exactly, because you said that there are a lot of things. So tell us one thing.
The most recent thing that you don't agree.
Oh, that's gonna be a whole thing.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Politics.
Oh, you know
One
what?
thing about yourself.
I understand more United States politics than I do Canadian politics.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's actually true.
So yeah, I mean, the fact that the Trudeau government spent $600 million on a BS election, and that got them the same place that they were before.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
What was that for? That's
ridiculous.
Next question.
I understand that he just wanted to tell people that whatever you do, you get the same results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think he lost some of the House seats as well. So it's like, well, why? Why would you do that in the middle of a pandemic? Why would you do that? That's just
he wanted the major government.
Oh,
like
silliness.
He's the gal that wants. Go ahead.
He wished.
Yeah.
Well, he's the kind of the gal that wants attention and may want to be in favor all the time, and he cannot live with the idea of running like a minor government. So that's why, okay, I did some good job with the COVID. I want my majority. I want to be in favor again. So yep, reality check, Trudeau, you are not what you think you are. So yeah. Anyway,
It's like, I didn't vote in the past election a couple days ago because there's no good options. There was nobody good to vote for. You'd be voting for what? So it's just no.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Swan, you're up.
Swan, you're up. So let's talk about all right. Let me see. So we've been talking a lot about the past. So just to final up our social event today, let's talk about the future. So what one needs and one wants will you strive to achieve in the next 12 months?
So
one need, and one wants that you want to achieve in the next 12 months. Let me put on the timer. I know you're really good with the time, but go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My question is, what is my one need and one want in the next 12 months? Before I start, I just want to say no Taza, because that's the word of the day, and we're trying to collaborate no Taza into my speech. What is my one need and one want? One need is I just want to get in a good health in the next 12 months to do a lot of things that I want and explain to, to support family, because now I possibly that I have a job and with the family with me. So mentally, I really feel happy, but at the same time, sometimes it's very exhausted with the kids. I consider myself as the lifelong learner, because when I have kids, it seems that I learn a lot when I help them. They teach me a lot in the way that I, look at life, be more patient is one of the things that they teach me that. And currently, I think the one that I need is help. I want that maybe I get, you know, more, something that I want to do to support more people, with have more people. That is the thing that I never thought it before. But until when I see that I can do more things, and I can, you know, just trying to, because from what that I see, my experience, I over my shyness in public speaking, in the way that I communicate with my family too. That's in my learning, and it helped me a lot. So that's the reason why I want to share my story, to see it will, maybe my story can help someone. That's the one that my niece and my one. Thank you, Ethan.
Awesome. Great job. Perfectly. Sorry I didn't hear a lot because I was focusing on the timing
I
of
know
it.
that that's the
And
challenging, but I think that's
yeah.
good for member to try to be the, you know, being taking a role at a timer, and you can listen.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's very hard, like, to do both at the same time, to like timing somebody and then, you know, listen to them as well. Like, if I'm not wrong, like I can hear like one is you want to improve your, you know, health, like in general, but I don't think that I get a need that you want.
I need more help. The one
Okay,
that I
the
want to
one.
have more people.
Okay. Ooh,
You
need
are
more
so
help.
smart.
Yes, need more help and want to know more people.
I think what she means is she needs more help from the community, and she wants to give back by helping more people. I think that was the idea, right?
Awesome.
No, she wants more help from people.
Okay. Same thing. I just said.
She needs helpers.
All right. So the 12-12. Do you want to wrap up, Ethan, or I'll wrap up? I have a lot of the notes.
Sure, go ahead, G4.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm done with my job.
first and foremost, thank you so much, guys. I know I sent out a notification to people and people want to join, but of course it's Sunday. I understand people have family activity. So we have over 30 people to wanted to join, and then I also post on the group. There's 12 million Vietnamese now in the community, but again, it's, you know, everybody have personal life. So Ethan wants to keep the group small because we have time. As you see today, we have a lot to share. We want everyone to speak up. If we have a larger audience, it might be a little bit challenging, but we'll manage. So first comment about the word of the day. It's confusing. Sorry, Ethan. I love the word. The topic is about lifelong learnings journey. And the word of the day should be like something about learning and stuff. And it's, I know, you know, it's Natasha, it's really hard. So I do the word counts too. Adam won the contest at word count because he's tried to explain the word so much and he's talked about that word so many times.
I won a contest?
Yes, you the first prize of using the word of the day.
What do I win?
Natasha.
You win, you want me, so you have it. Anyway, G Whitney come for second prize for the word of the day for speaking the most of it, and Swan and I share the same. But you see, Ethan, because it's very hard word and people don't really understand how it being used in the context, so only us understand how it works in a presentation manner and Toastmaster manner. So that
the word should have been homesick.
Homesick, probably.
Homesick.
Yeah. No, right. Homesick is another topic. This is lifelong learning. So all about learning, the journey in Canada, and how we've been here, learn a new life for ourselves. My fourth note about Vietnamese women. So this is for Adam and the rest of us. We have all the women here. So I want to say that, you know, Vietnamese women are very strong and we don't speak up enough. We do a lot of things for families, for kids, for our parents, for our children, for our sibling. We do a lot of things. So we do the amazing things that you never think of.
Well, you don't think I don't know that? How is that for me?
to answer.
I married you for crying out loud. Come on.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Anyway, what I'm saying is that Vietnamese women have very, very strong personality, and we should speak proudly about what we do and share with the community, and be present, be brave, and be truthful. And there's nothing wrong with be brave. Okay, and then the next thing about men, this is for you to have, that culturally it's different. We have different culture in Vietnam, we have different culture here, so that's why you understand where all the women coming from. It's a cultural thing, so you have to learn out on your own.
No. It's not a culture
we'll
thing.
take it offline.
If you're a man, you step up and you do what you need to do. It's not a culture thing. Okay, you love your family, and again, no disrespect to anybody. You step up and you do the right thing with your family. It's not a culture thing. You're a man. You're a man. Okay.
Okay. Again.
No.
Right.
Come on.
This is family drama. Tien, every time I see you, you always seek for inspiration, and you always seek for what our life's about. We all here to figure out what is our life about and do our inspirations. Listen to other inspirations, and then, find one for your own, something that tick you, something that excite you, and go for it.
Yeah.
And it's the same with all of the famous people. I'm a sucker for Jeff Bezos too, because he built the Amazon empire, and Adam shake his head. But I look up for people who are successful, what they did, and then take that for myself. So I hope the same for you. You listen to, you find inspirations, and then you find your own path. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Hang, oh my God, sticky rice. I cook it with rice cooker too, and my mom said, "This is all rice. It's not the same thing." But that's what my mom said. Adam doesn't eat sticky rice, but we fail, we try, we fail again, we try, and we succeed. The 10th time, same thing. All the success people, they don't success at the first time, and don't beat yourself up. Okay, and we enjoy your company, so come up and join us, talk about other languages than Vietnamese, and then have a safe community to support you, give you feedback. Okay. And just like Chị Hoa, oh my God, I have no comment for Chị Hoa. It was perfect. It's
no. Thank you.
And Trudeau, I don't follow politics. Only thing I talk about Trudeau is very good looking.
What? Really?
Sorry. And that's about it. And right, one last comment. So back to the Vietnamese things. Okay, so one thing that I'm here for longer than you are. You here less than 5 years in Canada, and I can tell you that you are great because you've been here less than I am, and you have the balls to be here and talk and speak and contribute and share your feelings. There's nothing wrong about that. So don't be afraid to speak up. And again, like the sticky rice, if you don't say one thing at the beginning, right, you fix it the next time. Who cares? We're too much about what people think. What people think doesn't matter. What we do matter. Okay, and that's the only thing that I want you to guys take away. Everybody's great. You're so brave today, and build that confidence in you. Okay, and Ethan, you great at a topic master. That's building leadership skill, and I'm so grateful for a great team and the support that you guys here. Even though we switch role, we do timer, we do table master, but you know, when you know it, when you work with great people and connect with great people, they'll support you and they'll help you throughout your journey in life, in work, in anything. Good?
Yay!
Gosh.
Quote of the day: what people think doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's true though.
Yeah. What matters what you do.
All right, so I guess that's it for today. Well, again, thank you, Vivian and Han, for the first time joining us. You did amazing, and Swan will talk about the timeline.
Yeah. Before we end the meeting
Thank
today,
you.
just go do the timer report for today. That how we do with the timing. Well, actually, we do very good. The shortest speed is 1 minute and 39 seconds from Adam, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds from Vivian. We did a great job with the time today. Nobody like go over the time too much. That's good. Great job, guys. Over to you, Ethan.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
one last thing. So you remember when Ethan asked Adam a questions and he's struggling with the questions? Everybody's
I'm sorry,
struggling
what?
with the questions.
What?
Struggling.
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 That's a very hard questions though, but like you know that like just like I say, right? Like sometimes we don't have to we don't have to answer the exact questions, just talk. And you did so well, and yeah, everybody did a great job today. We
Do you
really
know what that's called, Ethan?
what is it?
It's called deflection.
Deflection. See, new word, guys. Deflection. Trying to deflect the
Deflection.
question. Deflect the question, right? So into whatever that you want to talk about. So yeah, that's great. I have a great time today. I hope that everybody will feel the same way, and I hope that Han and Vivian will come back to our next Speak Up Club meeting, which will be on October 10th.
No.
No.
Can we move the date?
Oh,
That's actually my birthday.
Oh, okay.
What's
Yes,
your birthday?
I agree that we should move because Whitney, Jiswan, and myself will not be available
yeah,
either.
we are traveling.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
so
also Thanksgiving weekend.
yes,
So
yes,
yeah.
it's Thanksgiving weekend. So how about October 17th?
October 17th.
Yes.
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 All right. So before we leave, anybody has any questions, any concern, anything that you guys want to talk about? No?
No.
Okay.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
thanks on
for
you
joining.
guys. If Whitney and
Thank you.
Swan can stay for a bit, like we can talk about the traveling plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye. I'm gonna,
Have a great
okay.
weekend. The
You
rest
can-
of the day. Bye bye.
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 Okay, you can
See
use
y'all.
the conference break. Yeah.
Can you stop recording?
Yes.